Hi, I'm Will from Vanimal, and today I'm going to be taking you through a few features and tips about our racking. So in the UK, manufacturers of plywood work within a tolerance of plus or minus 0.5 of the final thickness of the material. Our material that we use is 12mm, so that could be plus or minus either side of 12mm, so it could be 11.5 or 12.5. So the solution to this, you may or may not receive this, is we've introduced some pinch points on the mortices that will take up that tolerance. So the final size is 12.5 of the mortise. So then mortises will take anything up to 12.5 in thickness. So the width of this mortise will not change that way. It's this thickness that we're not in control of. So these pinch points here, just check when you get your rack in that that piece goes into the middle of them and you know it's going to fit. So looking at our end panels now, the rear of the shelf will have 4 crush points, the base will have 4 crush points, but the front, and now this is the front rail, only has 2, as that part is 12mm there. It's just to stop it breaking away when you're tapping it together. So as an example, to show you ease of assembly, we're just going to be assembling one of our base racks. This particular rack is for a custom 23 and it's one of our rear racks. So when you receive your racking, I would lay it all out like so. You've got your bases. To tell the difference between your bases and your backs, you've got larger holes here. These are 70mm. Your dividers, now just to check you've got the right amount, that's a medium. Just check it's flush there and there. This particular shelf is 4, so 2, 3 and 4. Then again, just check, these are large. Just check them, flush. 2 for that shelf. And then finally 3. And then you know you've got all your dividers in the kit. So the tools you're going to need are a rubber mallet, an impact or a drill driver with a PZ2. So first steps is we're going to take the base of our first shelf and we're going to insert the dividers into it. Simply locate into the mortises and a gentle tap on the top. We're going to repeat that step for the other 2 bases. So that's our dividers fitted to the base of our shelves. Now we're going to take the rear sections and make them with the rear of the base of the shelf. Simply locate onto the back of the dividers. I do find that when fitting the mortises together, always get your rubber mallet and be tapping over the certain mortise that you're putting in as you go. So with the rears now fitted, we're going to fit the fronts. So again, we'll just take the base of our shelf, facing up towards you. Take the textured side and face it in towards the shelf and locate the mortises onto the face. And repeat that for the other 2 shelves. So once you've assembled all your shelves, we're just going to now screw them together with 30mm wood screws. You don't have to screw every single one of these mortises. I tend to just put 1 here and 1 here. We're going to repeat that process for the other 2 shelves. So next step, we're going to take our shelves and make them to our end panels. Our end panels, when you're building them, you want the texture side facing up to you. We'll take our first shelf, this particular shelf's the top shelf, mate it to the end panel, locating all the mortises. I find it easier to start locating the rear section first. So if you locate that into the end panel and like tilt it a little bit, and then locate the middle, and then finally the front. Ensuring everything's butt up on the rear. So now the top shelf's in, we're going to repeat the process for the other two shelves. So next we're going to take our final end panel, again placing it with the texture side facing into the rack, locating into the mortises. Again, locating the rear first, tapping over the mortise that you're trying to locate. Locating the next one. I do find that it's easier working away from myself, so we've located the top one first, then we'll line the middle up, starting with the rear, and finally the bottom. So now we've got all our mortises assembled, you can now clearly see our pinch points. And if that material was thicker than it is, there's a gap there and it would accept a slightly thicker piece of plywood in there, retaining the tightness of a mortise. And back to what I was saying about the front one only has 2 pinch points. You can see that it's butt up to the front of the rail, not risking cracking this. So next step, we're just going to screw everything together now using our 30mm wood screws that you receive in the fitter's pack. 2 at each side of every tenon, and it's at your discretion really, I always put 2. So now we've screwed together one side, we're just going to do the same on the other side, just going to flip the rack over on the other side. So final step is just take our bottom rail, locate onto the front with 2 yellow 30mm screws at either side. And that's the assembly now complete, it's ready to install into your van. Thanks for watching.